Yep. Thank you very much. Um, so just like usual, we'll follow up with the dependencies from last week. There is actually a dependency for Katendi here from the transformation chapter, but no one is from the transformation chapter in this meeting yet, right? So, okay, so let's move on to the next dependency first from awareness over to Kagani.
Okay, Vidi, thank you. So for me, the first is consider to improve priority for Instagram. Yes, it's we planning to add property posts on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on Instagram. Since we take a look on the improvement of the performance of Instagram, and the
Yep.
second is the apa namanya the investigate the effect of daily content doctor. So in this one, I already delegated to Kak Wei and Jesselyn, and also it's recorded on that Trello
Guess
card.
squad Trello.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, for Trello. And from Kak Wei, what I can see is basically she already did a daily content doctor, but still there is some inquiry keep coming, but different question, yeah, Kak Wei. Yeah. So previously is asking about the content, but right now it's more on availability. And from Jesselyn, what I can see is apa namanya, people tend to keep asking the inquiry to make sure about their property situation. So I don't I think it's came to psychology behavior. I don't know. So it's whenever we already put information on the listing, people keep just asking to make sure is it really updated or not.
I see.
And
Hmm.
that's for the recommended there. Should I keep continue or discuss one by one, PD?
Just the short results for each car.
Okay, sorry, sorry, yeah. Okay, that's from the recommended doctor. You can see the analysis from Jesselyn and Kak Wei on the Trello card.
Yep.
Next, continue discussion with Lilis how to roll out the poster. uh, Yesterday Lilis already reviewed the apa namanya the poster, reviewed the price is already correct, and I have delivered to HR team, to Kak Tendi, to Gray, and mentioned on the Trello card, but I think doesn't roll out to the agent yet. But the
Yep.
content itself is ready. That's
This one,
for
yeah, Kak.
the poster for agent, and then yes, I think just that, VD, update from my side. Back to you.
Okay, so let me attach this one. What about this update? The one that is not done yet, Kak? Are there any frictions
Uh, which one, VD?
for the Instagram? Change the contact button for
Oh,
Kawe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I speaking because we have a Katway. So basically, to adding the contact button on the Instagram, we need to WhatsApp business to be able to adding on this Instagram. But currently, our air support 2 is not WhatsApp business yet, so we cannot add to the contact button.
I see. Okay, so because the number that is on WhatsApp in Instagram is what Air Support 2 and it's not WhatsApp business, and that's why this cannot be
Yes,
done yet. Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
I see. The migration to WhatsApp business, is it possible, Kak? What was the trade off when we migrate to WhatsApp business using the number? We have to complete this card first, yeah.
I'm not really sure, PD. I haven't tried to migrate WhatsApp business.
Okay. So do we still want to proceed with this one, Kak?
I think it's low priority, PD.
Okay, low priority, yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll abandon that for now.
yeah.
What is the pros and cons again? Change the
So
contact button to
the
enable
pros
self
is
SMS.
if we able to add
Oh yeah,
snap on the Instagram, so it's directly inquiry to our WhatsApp. No need to inquiry on Instagram. Just directly to WhatsApp video.
I see.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
we trying to filter a high quality inquiry, right? So we try
Yep.
to direct it
Correct.
to WhatsApp.
Okay, let's put that into possible open projects so that we don't
Uh,
forget. Yes,
really, I have
Lilis.
questions. Uh, why don't we just put like the the slash me, something like that, so they like easily click, right? That's possible, right?
This is we are using Instagram feature, Lilis. Jadi beda sama
So
link.
Instagram.
official Instagram feature, yeah.
Yes. Jadi beda sama LinkedIn bio. Jadi di Instagram ada 3 tombol gitu. Ada message, ada kontak,
Mm,
ada email. Jadi
Kayak official toolnya berarti.
yes, yes,
yeah, but I mean, if the purpose is to ease the customer to contact us,
yes.
so we just can use that, right? I mean, the we are me thing, right?
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah, that's just my
It's an
question. So
alternative, basically.
yeah, that's the
If
alternative. I mean,
we cannot use this
I
one.
experience it. I'll try
Okay.
to order something, and then basically people trying to use that, and I contact them easily.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lilis, for the idea. Ya, ditampung dulu mungkin. Ya,
Ya,
Yep.
oke,
Yep.
kita tampung dulu ya untuk idenya. Oke, then is there any friction for this one, Kak?
yeah.
For
It's same case for the Facebook. So we have a problem on the Facebook campaign, right? There is a lot of inquiry coming, but that's low inquiry, right? So we try
yep.
to filtering out by how to direct those inquiry, just direct to WhatsApp, not through Facebook Messenger. Jadi harapannya kalau langsung masuk ke WhatsApp itu lebih terfilter gitu kan. Nah, but
Iya, ya.
this the same case, Facebook doesn't allow WhatsApp biasa. It needs to be WhatsApp business.
WhatsApp business.
Iya,
Oke.
ya, ya.
Berarti this is also it's the same as this one, yeah. If there are so open projects here, the card, we can actually like as opposed to like discovering new things, we can also review whether there are things that we can do in
Hmm.
this open project list that can be done.
Okay.
So for example, if there's like already a bandwidth free up before the awareness chapter in the guest squad, we can also observe here in the open projects to be done later on.
Ya, oke. Oke.
Okay. So this one, let's mark this as read as a postponed first. Thank you very much, Kagani, for the update on the dependencies. Next, over to Gray. I think this is already resolved, yeah, Gray. Yeah, we already discussed about this on how to calculate
Yep, yep,
the
yep.
conversion rate.
Yep, yep.
Yes. Over to Mr. Jing.
Vidi, there's something that Gunny just said earlier. I'd like to just double check. Gunny, you said that a lot of people send us inquiries and they ask about the accuracy of our information. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Let's throw this to the floor. Does anybody have a solution for how we might be able to address this to improve the conversion rate?
To improve the conversion rate.
I might have.
Yes. Yes, to
Okay, let's go by you.
Okay, so I think we have discussed this just before this. We are talking about the commitment between the person that's messaging us and before we answer them, right? They don't have anything to lose because they just, hey, is it available? Is it available? Is it available? Blah, blah, blah. They don't have any commitment, right? So we're going to put like a commitment layer, just one. Before we answer them, they need to click one link, right? So this link will provide the most this is on Airbnb or the Instagram
this
one?
Airbnb, Kak. So upon like the daily content after discovery, one of the
Oh, I
discovery is
see.
that
Okay.
although we already write down the details or maybe like information about properties in the description, people still inquire. But because the job of daily content after is to include it in the description, right? So that people will
Yeah,
not have to inquire but instant books.
I
So
see.
but people still
Okay.
double check and also inquire again.
Hmm.
Okay, let's keep
Okay,
on
so
going
that's
then.
different
Yeah.
topic. So
Yeah,
that's
let's keep on
okay.
going.
Okay, Bai had a pretty good initial idea. Let's keep on going. Does anybody else have an idea of how we can address this? Okay,
Let's
Is
ask
this something
the
related to
yes.
availability? The
yeah,
availability, blah, blah, pushing the availability feature. No, no, yeah.
I don't think it's related to that, Willis, because The availability is something that, let's say, it's an assumption by the person looking at the content. The assumption right now is that whatever content is there is not
Credible.
fresh,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, credible. So if you push the availability, that takes care of it, but it doesn't signal to the person who's experiencing your content that the content is credible, right? So let's keep on going. Let's
Maybe I would like to cross check with the members from the awareness chapter first, whether they actually have a solution for this first. Maybe over to Kagani or Kawe or Jaslyn. Do you guys have any ideas? Possible ideas?
Okay, I'd like to offer to Jesselyn first, perhaps.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani. This is about the guest asking about the same things that have been written in the description, right? I just noticed this yesterday. I'm the person who's in charge of making listings for Instagram and Facebook as well. And when I make them, I refer to the Airbnb listing, right? What I found is that sometimes the description in the Airbnb listing is too wordy. It's there, but people might easily miss it because it's hidden in a paragraph, for example. Or we try to make the description on the listing like very attractive, like with fancy words and stuff and all that. But then the straightforwardness of the things that we are supposed to convey in our message, like 10 people only, or maybe it's not pet friendly, it got lost somewhere in the description
Okay,
because
so you're more
yeah,
on
the
the clarity,
copywriting,
yeah?
yeah, the clarity needs
The
to be
clarity.
improved.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's actually a interesting point. That brings up almost another
Another
subtopic.
topic, yes.
Gani, do we have translations in Bahasa Indonesia for our listings?
Yep,
We do have for
Yeah.
some, right? Yeah, we do have for some.
we have.
As well as Russian, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
It's a long time ago. In Chinese.
Okay, any more ideas?
Messaging is freezing.
What? This is the
I see.
moon? They have terrible
Okay, so
Wi-Fi.
basically to simplify what messaging was asking is that a lot of the guests, like think of the perspective of the guest. The guest might think that the description that we wrote down
Oh
actually
God,
stopped like maintained
can't
recently.
believe
That's why
this.
they reconfirm. So that's the one topic that messaging brought up, and then Justin brought up another interesting, like maybe almost a separate topic on the wordiness of the description that causes clarity issues. So one way, for example, how do we know that something is new, something written is new? Possibly by
Well,
adding timestamps,
there,
right?
yeah, there's the old Airbnb. There's a timestamp for when the availability is last pushed or updated, right?
Yep.
And now it's gone. Right? Now it's gone because all the listing are instant book. Maybe we can use that trick, right? Written, just something
Yeah.
like that, like this information
Was updated.
was updated like this month, right? Or just put a date, right? So basically, this will put like a rotation for content to update the timestamp
Yep.
every month, probably.
Correct. So that was what I mentioned. I meant just now as well. Back to Mr. Jing.
Yeah, that's it. I'm inspired by actually this. Uh, Vending machines in Japan sell everything. One of the things that they actually sell are eggs, and the sign on vending machines that sell eggs always say the eggs. Oh, they always say yesterday's eggs are not in this machine, right? So then you don't have to ask the question, are these eggs fresh? Are these eggs fresh, right? They have already essentially labeled it as these are fresh eggs. So this does two things, everyone. One, it becomes essentially a quality marker on each product, right? Because essentially anybody shopping on Airbnb has this potential question in their mind, right? They're going around from listing to listing wondering, are these listings fresh? Are these listings fresh? So if you identify and label it's like an expiration date on your product. If you label that this has been updated by this date, you are saying that these are fresh listings and they are fresh. And that essentially becomes a brand identifier too as well. people will understand that, oh, Bukit Vista has fresh listings that are reliable. So then over time, people will just probably stop asking that question, right? They'll see that, oh, okay, listings that carry this particular logo, this particular brand on it means that they are fresh.
Yep, I agree. Maybe last check to Kagani.
Yeah, sure. It is very doable. Yeah.
Okay. After we've confirmed it, please update the guideline accordingly for daily content doctor, ya, Kak? Because I
Yep.
think every time you edit or update something, that the timestamp can be added
Yep.
to indicate freshness. Okay. Thank you very much for the ideas, everyone. Is Kak Tendi already here? Kak Tendi. Yes, Kak Tendi, over to you. There's one dependency that have not been done related to creating mechanism for gas transmission tools. Any
Yeah.
frictions on that, Kak?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I think I had to extend this because currently it's in operational. That's very high work. So I don't have much time to work on that. But already in my plan. And then also on the project card. Also, previously I got refine again about the transformation mechanism for tools, and then also the different with the with the advocacy, which is the review. So we
Yep.
will calculate the transformation based on the three level, the mid expectation and everything. So it will be, yeah, it will be done soon, but needs time, I think. Currently we prioritizing the what's called the host service first to implement the what's called the service, and then also updating the guideline that is not covering yet for the service to the guest.
Okay, so it will be no down in this particular cart, ya, Kak, ya? It has been extended as well, yeah?
Vidi, of
Yes?
questions actually. Since siapa nama? Hansen actually should be here, but as I mentioned this morning, Hansen already have the framework, and I've discussed with Erika for the framework and how to classify gas transformation. Should Hansen take like help Stanley to take care of that one, the transformation mechanism, or
Oh, it's a new project, yeah?
is that about the program to transform or the mechanism to
I believe
classify
for
it?
this one, it's the campaigns, right, Kak Tendi? Like, what
Oh,
are the tools that we use to transform guests? Just like the one that
Yeah,
we have in the partnership.
yeah, the campaign I had make it the campaign on the framework already, but the mechanism that I mean like the partner transformation, the calculation itu Lilis
Calculation,
yang
yeah.
yeah?
So that
Okay.
should be it can be delegated to Hansen then
Hansen.
Vidi. So yeah, with the Teddy supervision to check the accuracy, I believe. Yep. What do you think?
Yeah, Kak Tendi, in this case, do you accept the help from business intelligence?
Yes, I will accept that. That will be great as well. Yeah, I will coordinate with Hansen ya Lilis ya
Yeah,
for
right,
Okay.
Hansen. You
Let's
can
tag Hansen in this card,
set a
yeah?
meeting and invite me also in that part, yeah, to have a clear goal of that Ekatini, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Katendi, for the update. And this one is to be done today, yeah, Kabayu, yeah. You will present like the tools that is used, that is developed by PD for guest funnel transformation. Okay, and so that's check. We've completed the dependency forum last week. And over to the final weekly updates for this week, including the base intelligence also per development. We'll start from the awareness and engagement. Over to Gagani. Have you made any progress on the SLA, Kagani?
Okay. Okay. Let me open from my side as well. Okay. So first, from the Airbnb page view, we have achieved the SLA. So on this December, we got uh, berapa itu? Tiga 371 ribu.
Oh, 301, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's already past the SLA, but from the engagement inquiry at Istanbul, we still doesn't have the solution for that video. So the page view it keeps growing up, but the inquiry at Istanbul dropped quite a lot. So whether I have put some thoughts on if you can scroll down on the inside very bottom, jadi
Yang paling bawah.
inside.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is it because of our listing is already occupied? So the listing view is keep increasing, but inquiry and Insta group drop quite a lot. So we still hypothesize that. That's for Airbnb. Jadi.
Yep.
And then yes,
Kagani, actually, I have a question. The data input here, 371, is different from this one ya, Kak ya?
iya.
It's not kayak belum masuk atau gimana?
Nggak tahu, kayaknya belum masuk jadi.
Belum masuk ya.
Yep.
Okay, let's investigate that later, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is actually a good analysis, and we can actually add this in the comment section of the evaluation report to keep things clean, Kagani.
Oh.
So in the discussion management, we can open the comments here.
Oh.
You can actually add your comments. Like I think Lilith also added one thread here, so we can discuss together. But it's okay. We can move it later, Kagani. Thank you very much. So this is the analysis from Airbnb. Our views keeps on increasing, but it seems that the inquiries it's not translating into inquiries. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the we already did daily conductor for this past 1 month, but it's still not improving.
Correct.
Okay. What about have you investigated the instant book rate, Kagani?
Instant book rate, I doesn't belum investigate seluruhnya sih, jadi tapi
Okay.
kayak
So it still drop as well, yeah?
ya hipotesis sementara sih, I don't know, perhaps already occupied, already blocked, but then not sure.
I see. But if the listing is occupied, it will not appear in the search result when you search for the dates, unless you just look for location. Is that correct, Lilis?
Just Windows.
When you
Yeah,
open
I think
Airbnb?
so. If not available, it will not appear.
Yeah, so it will not add up into the page view, right? Because if you determine the check-in and check-out date, they will not display the one that is already occupied.
Yep.
So that's one thing as well, Kagani.
Okay. Yeah. I think we need BI to help investigate this as well. So
Okay, this is actually a good time for BI to enter this one. So yeah, by the way, we do who's here from BI? We have Nadifa, yeah.
We have not defined me actually yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lilis and Nadifa, please take note, yeah. Lilis, please take
Yeah,
note
sure.
for BI to investigate deeper for the awareness, because I think this is actually quite urgent since it has been going on for several weeks, and we've tried different things as well. Please trace back on the actions that have been done to generate more insights. But yeah, thank you very much, Kagani, for the updates for this one.
Yep. Okay, continue to the next channel for the Facebook. I think on the listing views, it doesn't achieve the SLA yet. The SLA is 40,000 listing view, but we only got 31,000. But the interesting part is kayak kebalik antara November ke Desember. So on the November, the Nadine's account is lower than Lily's account, but on December, it's apa kebalik gitu. So we able to increase the
More than Lilis account.
performance, but on the list account is drop. So there's several insight for that I have put in below as well, PD. Yeah. So and the first thing, on the Nadine's account, we discover some new groups and buy and sell group in Jogja area and share more listing to more groups in Bali area. Yeah. Yes. The next friction is we still doesn't find any solution how to filtering low quality inquiry for the Facebook.
Okay, but for now, the inquiries for Facebook is in low priority, yeah, in comparison to Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. That's correct.
Okay, let's prioritize here, because Airbnb just now, as we mentioned, we know that Airbnb is our topmost priority. Let's focus. Let's have BI investigate the Airbnb one first, yeah. In this case, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but we'll keep the insights for Facebook now. Can we continue to Instagram, Kak Gani?
Okay, for the Instagram profile visit, our the SLA is 4,000, but we almost achieved 3996, so it's very close to the SLA. But we doesn't have the data for the inquiry, the number of inquiry, because of the Jocelyn just told me that Nadine doesn't get the answer for the correct number of inquiries from Instagram. But yes, that's it. And then
Sorry. Faces.
hello.
Okay. Yes. So the number of inquiries in Instagram for this week have not been recorded, ya, Kak Gani, ya.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Do we have the data in Redash for this one?
Kayaknya belum diinput.
Oh, belum di input sama Nadine ya?
Yes. Katanya
Because the
nanti
input is manual. Oh, Nadine sakit. I think Gray. Cross checking to Gray. Gray, have Nadine had over anything regarding inquiries for Instagram?
No, that's why also in conversion I have an explanation to that, because I also can't update the general SLA because Nadine also don't give the inquiry for Instagram yet for this week. So I made a deadline for her to give it to me by tomorrow.
Okay.
So tomorrow it will all be fixed. Yep.
Let's note that down, yeah. One dependencies for conversion chapter list on Instagram inquiries to input the data. So we have the data for that one. But the views is most likely for the views in Instagram itself is going to achieve the SLA, ya, Kak Gani,
yes,
ya.
yes. So the insight I already put down
Yep.
as well. So it's because the first the Kaiway has been developed Instagram base, so it successfully reached new and largest audience, almost 9,000 non-follower in a month. And Jocelyn engagement strategy is able to increase the profile visit as well. Yep.
Okay, so and this engagement strategy
Mhm.
have been updated to the guideline, right?
Yes, I think so. Yep.
So this actually can you remind us what is the engagement strategy again, Kak Gani?
So basically the engagement strategy is we do apa ya interaction with potential audience to our followers, jadi kayak komen-komen, likes gitu-gitu. Jadi buat
Yep, yep,
meningkatkan
yep.
ya to increase the engagement.
Okay. Where can we see the guideline again? Under here, right? Supposedly.
Yes, perhaps Jocelyn
This
can
is
give update about that.
It's part of the Instagram guidebook, but
Instagram.
it's not in the guest guidelines. It's in the team and chapter management, I believe.
Okay. Is there a specific one for guest squad? This is like a technique that can be shared across the squads, right? But are there any specific? Can we actually link it in here? Like,
Yes, we can. I'll put it here after this.
yeah, I would like to cross check with Kabayu. In this case, this is actually a technique that can be used across squads. But we want to maintain, make sure that this practice is actually done in the guest squad. How can we do that, Kak? Yeah, for now, the code documentation is saved in the chapter documentation in the
Squad, yeah.
yeah, not in the squad, but in the chapter documentation.
Oh, now in the
Yeah, in the I believe it's
the
the
team
other
management.
team management, correct?
Oh yeah, I think. Can we just refer that using the link, or embed that document here?
Okay, Justin, do you know how to do that?
No. But I can find out about it later.
Okay, one dependencies to the awareness chapter to include the completed documentation for engagement in Instagram because it seems that it's doing well, and also Kawaii strategy is also already available in Instagram. Kagani,
Yes,
Instagram documentation,
yes, it is about the develop Instagram.
development of Instagram Reels, right?
Yeah, about Instagram reels. Perhaps Kak Wei, where do you put the guideline about the Instagram reels?
For Instagramers, I actually haven't create the guideline yet.
Oh, but it's
Okay.
recorded on Trello, yeah.
Yeah, only on the Trello.
Okay. So one
This is there
device.
is a documentation right now regarding reels, feeds, and stories. So we can actually update this one, right? If it's difficult for other people to figure it out where it is, it means that the new candidates, new employees will also have difficult times understanding like what's the current practice.
Mm,
So let's make sure that it's easy to navigate.
okay, okay, noted.
Yes, this document I think it's too big. We can actually splice this into like split this into several sub documents. What would you recommend, Kabayu?
Oh wait, actually, sorry, I'm lost. I'm reading something else.
Okay, so yeah, the purpose of Coda is to have this kind of documentation split into several sub documents, right? So it
Yes,
can be
yes,
easily
correct.
found. So yeah, this one
Yes.
is a bit huge as well, Kagani. So we this is actually a moment where we can actually celebrate the success of this method that have been found by Kawe and also Jaslyn. But on top of that celebration, we also have to make sure that we don't forget about this technique and make this operational so that we can continue the success
Oh,
and
make
upgrade it from there.
sub pages ya berarti ya? Ah, I see.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Kagani.
By the way, we have a guideline of guidelines that
Yep, correct.
explain how to create the title to be more searchable. So usually when we are creating sub pages, we will go something like distribution channel, and then you just write down the title Airbnb, Booking.com, Agoda, right? So it's hard to search for that. Like what does that mean? Is that Airbnb? Because on the search you cannot differentiate between them. So please use explanatory title like distribution channel on Airbnb, for example. Please read the guideline of guideline. That's just a reminder.
Okay, thank you Mas Bayu.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll put that. I'll have Kagani manage the documentation for both Kawe and also Jaslyn. And then any other updates, Kak Gani?
Okay, the last one is website PD.
Website.
Yep.
Yep.
So on the page both of page view and inquiry, we still doesn't achieve the SLA yet. The current number is 2,100, and the inquiry is we only get 7, but the target is berapa?
8.
8. Yeah. Yeah. So for the insight from the website is actually the number of page view it's a bit stagnant. But one thing that we notice is the because of the rise of Instagram, it's also impacted to our website. So because we take the apa namanya link into our bio and then put the call to action on every post, that's really affect to increase the website page view. And we also already put the apa namanya more listing on the website, but I don't know the inquiry keep low, doesn't increase. So we still not sure, is it because of I don't know, user experience or things. Yeah.
Okay, and there are some feedbacks for the page itself, yeah, Kagani, yeah.
Oh
Who
yeah.
do you think
That, yeah.
is this managed within the awareness chapter or is it something to be handed over to product development chapter?
Yeah, that one comes from Kak We's friends ya. So I asked Kak We to ask her their friends to apa namanya inspection of our website. So that's several things that perhaps need to include PD product development to develop this as well, because it's related to
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, this is actually very good, Kagani. You're actually having like you asked the users directly
yeah,
on feedbacks.
yeah,
So that's actually very good. This is very precious feedback for the product development team to improve. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe after this meeting, I'll tidy up a little bit like the insights to the comments. And this is actually one dependency. To Lilis, maybe you can just write product development to observe the dependency on website from awareness chapter. Okay. Yeah, because there are some points like Okay, this is like helpful, but
Technical ya.
maps, price, sort by price, leave message pop up too big, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Okay. From Nadia, any questions or okay, everything?
Where
Uh,
do the PD can have the notes?
The notes in the technology side.
No, I mean in the
Oh,
awareness and
in the
engagement. Yeah,
awareness,
that thing.
yeah, yep, yep,
Okay.
yep. Or just look at the comments. I will transfer this into the comments later after this meeting.
Okay.
The comments for this
Thank you.
today's discussion. Thank you very much, Liz. Over to Nadia again.
no, I'm all good. I will
All
try
good, yeah.
to
Okay.
see
Any
this.
questions for the awareness chapter? None. Thanks for the update. And just to confirm, so the SLA for the page views for awareness is 246,500, while the for this month the total views is actually 408,600. So it achieved the overall SLA.
Yep.
But when breaking it down, I think the one that contributes most is actually the increase of views from Airbnb, yeah,
Yes.
which is 70,000 compared to its SLA, which is 200,000.
Yep.
Well, there are still some of the listing view, which is considerably like smaller in value, is still not achieving the SLA.
Yeah.
So it's probably Instagram and Airbnb that achieves the page view SLA itself, yeah, Kak Gani, yeah.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And for the inquiry conversion, 0.4% views compared to inquiry, there's no recap for that yet, yeah.
Yeah. Not yet. I'm a bit confused how to count it today.
Okay. Let's meet up later to talk about how to count it again, yeah, Kak Gani,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'll help you on that one. Thank you very much. And let's go next to the conversion chapter. I believe Nadine is not feeling well today, so Gray is
Yep.
going to present
Report.
the updates for this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you scroll down a bit, I have put a comment on the general SLA average. Yeah. So the general SLA coverage on week 1 and 2, I will revise it according to the correct calculation by tomorrow. The week 3 is already correct because I need the inquiry from Nadine also for week 1 and week 2. And for week 4, I'm also still waiting from Nadine because Nadine's supposed to report today, but she's feeling unwell. I think she has a migraine. So that's why I give her the deadline tomorrow, Fidi.
Okay.
Yep.
So only Instagram is not complete for today, right?
Yep, correct. So if you uh, downsize the table, Fidi, so you can see all, yeah. If you scroll up, sorry.
This one, right?
Yep,
Oh,
yes.
you want
Yeah,
to?
no, that one. Yep. So for Airbnb, it's going down a bit because I observed the one that got inquired is the one that is unavailable. So for some reason, it's not connected to locate. I think there are several listings like that, and Kak Gani says it needs to be manually blocked on Airbnb, if I'm not mistaken. So like Villa Aquilea and then like being in Sun and Moon, and there are a lot of people that inquiry like 5 bedroom, 9 bedroom in a guest house. But if I check on Tokit, it's blocked actually. But the inquiry comes in, so we can't really convert it. And for Facebook, it actually increased, even though it's still really low. For website, it's still the same because there's no new conversion for that. And for agent, there's no new conversion. That's why it goes a bit down. And that's from
But
me.
there are new inquiries.
Yep.
Okay. So you mentioned in the general SLA average for week 3 is already correct, yeah. So for week 3 is already correct.
Yep. So probably week 1 and week 2, it's gonna have much difference number. Probably.
Yep. But in general, our from all of the inquiries, our conversion rate is about 10.9%.
Yep. For week 3.
Okay.
Yep. I think the main reason is Facebook.
Because the number of inquiry from Facebook is really high.
Yeah, but the
but the
conversion
conversion rate
is
is really low.
really low. Yep. So
Okay,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, that's one. And for the Airbnb one, actually, it's pretty concerning because it might also lead to overbooking, right? If it's not blocked.
Yes, correct. That's why reservation team actually held a meeting yesterday. So we blocked some property that is probably not ready for like last minute booking. So to ensure that it doesn't get overbooked. But if there's a booking, um, I think it's for property that is closed. So we kind of just cross check to every like property, is it open or
Mm-hmm.
not, and is it updated? And so, yep, I think
Okay.
that.
I have
Maybe
a question.
I'll yes over to the list.
As far as I know, actually, the big property is not connected. That's it. I mean, multiple room. Yeah, listing is not connected. There. That's why it might be possibility that inquiry is coming, but that's a request to book, right, Mas Gani? If it's for multiple rooms,
Yes, yes.
that's one note. And then second, if there is a single property or like a single guest house that is not connected to Talkit, I think the reservation team needs to confirm directly. So it's not short term problem solving. Jadi langsung aja to the awareness team to fix it like right away gitu. Jadi langsung aja, nggak usah, maksudnya boleh di blok, tapi langsung harus
Make sure
confirm.
connect ya.
Ya, for long term problem solving, you need to list down or directly go or directly send content request gitu. Perhaps Mas Gani, would you have a better solution than that?
Hmm, yes, surely yes. But somehow, apa ya, kayak jadi kita nerima dari tim reservasi juga bahwasanya this property is not ready for instant book. Please make it request to book because the apa namanya the staff is not available. So we need to disconnect to Tokit and make it request to book, right? Because it's not ready for instant book. For example, like apa kemarin kayak di displace or Labomi. So
Mm-hmm.
it's they are this property is not ready for instant book, right? So it's need to be requested.
But the Talkit calendar is blocked already in that case, I believe, for Labami Maskani.
Okay.
Why is the problem still happening? I mean, is it problem with the Talkit itself, or
Hmm.
what's the
Because
root
it's
cause?
requestable kan.
I mean, it's blocked already, right, in the calendar. So, well, even well, whether it is instant book, so no worries, right? Because we already block it ideally if the system is correct.
Yep, that's for our system. But how about the availability of the staff with this?
I mean, this is for Labami example. So the block is
No, I
already.
think the core issue is are there any listing which is instant book, but the calendar is not synced? That's the question, right? If it's request to book, then it's of course
Yeah,
the talk
yeah,
connection
yeah.
is not there. But back to Gray, are there any listings that is instant book, but the calendar does not is not synced from Toki to Airbnb? None, right?
Mm, for instant book, mm, I don't think I don't think there is for instant book.
Okay, so the issue is only because so the issue should be rephrased. I think it's not that it's not available, but it's not inquiries still come in, but uh we did not update the request to book listings calendar availability.
Mm, it's more like because the inquiry got counted, right?
Yes, yes, because the yeah, that's why the inquiry
Yeah,
got counted. But it's not about the connection issue in Tokit, but it's because we did not update the calendar according for request to book properties, and that's why the inquiry is still can still come through, right?
I think
Mm.
so. Yep.
Ya, jadi sebenarnya ini tuh lebih ke guideline buat request to book property ini. Buat kalau misalnya ada property yang request to book, calendar availability kita mau manage gimana? Karena kita nggak bisa manage dari Tokit, kita harus manage langsung dari Airbnb.
I see.
Ini sebenarnya isunya gitu, bukan masalah Tokitnya sih. if I observe just now. Are there already any guidelines, Gray, to manage the availability for request to book properties, not within Tokyo?
But
Mm,
that's not that many, right? We don't have that many requests to book
yeah, we
property.
don't have that many requests to book
So
because
I don't think
usually,
that's a priority problem.
yeah,
Not a priority
because
problem. Mm-hmm.
this problem happens because it's peak season, so a lot of people wants to book a lot of rooms at once. That's
Yep.
Uh-huh.
why the inquiry incoming for like the big rooms like Rakarainan bedroom, double A5
Ah, I
bedroom,
see.
something like that. It just keeps
Okay,
incoming, but the toolkit is blocked.
I see, I see. So we can, yeah, for this kind of inquiries, we can actually rule them out as not convertible. It's not we cannot convert the inquiry, right?
Yep, yep.
Because it's not available. Yeah, we can rule them out so that we know our actual conversion rate. But
Okay,
that
okay.
actually brings a very interesting question. From these inquiries, are we able to like cross sell any inquiries for big
Yeah,
properties?
that's also what I'm questioning is
No,
about
No, are
no,
there no
it's
properties?
all full booked.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's an issue. Actually, that is also one of the topic that maybe we can discuss a little bit in BI, yeah, BI chapter results. But okay, so in conclusion, there is a little bit of drop in Airbnb and also on all the campaigns, on all the to process except Facebook. There's an increase in Facebook, but the we are still waiting for Instagram SLA to calculate the overall SLA. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay. There's not any frictions, any major frictions. Availability.
Mm, that's probably it.
Okay. Are there any updates in the Google Sheet that Liz made previously?
Oh yeah, there's one I think, but we're
The
still. I have
yep.
filled in one the for the cold calling, right?
Yes, correct. Cold calling.
Yeah.
How's the tool usage? The update on the tool usage.
Um. So far, I'm the only one that uses it.
yeah, only some
I think
properties.
yeah,
I input it and actually
and
the one that is converted is that's from my side.
yeah,
Like
Mm.
and I think for this cold calling, we also need to filter which one is really potential. So like we don't fill all that we need to cross sell. So like the one that is really potential. If we are also looking at the guest side, do they really like need property or they're just like window shopping? Because then
Mm-hmm.
our conversion chance is low. So yeah, that's why I have only filled one, and I'm still waiting for the guest response. Yep.
Okay, because I believe that last week that we decided to just include all the all the inquiries that have
yeah,
no supply for 1 week, and we just want to see like how many inquiries are there actually, Gray.
Mm,
That's one of the dependencies from last week,
yeah,
right?
something like what you mentioned just now. Apa namanya? The big groups inquiries, right? We
Yeah,
still have, for
it's not
example, for
reflected
the
here.
Kulik Seseh. I believe it's still available 7 rooms for New Year. I'm not sure for the other, but yeah, that's one example. So we have a newly on board property like Kencana Cottage, for example. That's 6 bedroom. So we still have some supplies, but yeah, I think we need to try to transfer that information faster, or you just can screenshot it perhaps if you like to make it more efficient. Let's try to
mm,
post it in the cold calling,
okay.
and
Yep.
then Wayana will try to get it, to search for it basically.
Yeah, because it's not like apparent from looking at this form and from the analysis result. It doesn't sync. Well, if there's a lot of availability issue, then we should see this list like more populated
Mm,
in a
all
sense.
right,
Does
all
it
right.
make sense? Okay.
Yep. Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So that's one.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so that's one. Yeah. One dependencies. We will check back again the code calling project and see whether the availability issue is actually real in a sense, or are we just talking about ghosts? Okay. Any other major frictions, Gray, on your chapter?
I think that's all for now. Cool.
That's all. Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yep.
you very much, Gray. Over to Kat Andy actually from transformation. I think there's a new KPI to be observed. Yeah. Over to Kat Andy. Miss Kat Andy.
Hello, Vidi. Yeah.
Yep. Kat Andy. Over
Okay.
to you.
Yeah, so I have met the table for the progress for this month. So actually, the for the cancellation is decreasing. Since we have more booking, and then low cancellation,
Yep.
and then also for the guest extended as well, we have more check-in, and then also the extension rate is increased to 6.1, and then for the guest shorten, it's now is 1.9 from the total guest check-in this month. So all the SLA is achieved actually.
I see. Okay. So, but it's already accurate ya, the data here, Kak Tini?
Ya, udah
In
diupdate di
Redash
Google
udah akurat
semua.
ya? Udah
Ya,
diupdate di Bigger semua ya?
yes.
Okay. Interesting. Since actually the SLA is like achieved for all of the components like cancellation, gas extension, and also gas shorten, uh, this is like the guideline itself is still under development as you mentioned, yeah, for the gas transmission tool, or is there already a specific like how to make gas extend, how to avoid gas shorten, something like that?
For the currently the guideline is for what's called in how to handle the gas shorten and extend
Oh yeah, that's
because
just the mechanism, right? But not
mechanism
really about how to make the gas extend.
the persuasion you mean
Yeah,
the
the persuasion, correct.
yeah, not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can start thinking about like okay, SLA achieved. Congratulations to the transformation team. The extension and Shorten actually achieved the SLA, but we don't know why. So this is an issue, right? Uh, it's something that we already are doing, right? But we have to just formulate that. Because there are no are there any frictions in the transformation chapter currently, Katani?
Yeah, currently because we have three level, right? For the
Yes, correct.
transformation, and then for the mid expectation, it will be the what's called the no cancellation, and then for the mid desires is for the gas extended and then not shortened, and for the unrecognized needs, actually we would like to count the repeater gas
Mhm.
actually because currently on the KPI on the what's called KPI and SLA, we haven't count the repeater gas, but I think need to coordinate with you how we can get the
Okay,
data.
further KPI, yeah, formation, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we know the how many guests is loyal to booking with us.
Okay, so let's add that one into dependency for Katendi to coordinate another project with BI team, possibly me, on the data for repeater guests. And also, let's try to formulate ya, Kak, ya, like the documentation on how we actually is are able to achieve these SLAs, so that
Yes.
like everyone can actually like your new people can actually do it as well. Yes, over to Mr. Jing.
Thank you. Diddy, Tendi, I just reminded of something. So, Tendi, do you remember in our last advocacy discussion, we had this topic about, let's see if we have any takeaways, Tendi. There are the three steps to identifying advocacy and gaining advocacy.
Yes,
The questions
over
for
to
Tendi.
Katendi.
Sorry. I got a missed call from a guest. Uh, yes, for the what sir? Could you repeat it? For the
The three
advocacy,
steps, three stages of building advocacy.
three step to building the advocacy. Uh, yeah, that's one on the note last week, right? Uh, sorry. Oh my God. The first is um think they get the. Oh, sorry, I totally blank, sir.
Okay, maybe you
All
can
right.
help
Yeah, it's a
messaging.
lot of thinking today.
Sure. Okay. Um, this is a pretty good rubric for the 3 steps for building advocacy. Step 1, identify who is the advocate. Okay. Step 2, get the advocate story. Step 3, distribute the advocate story. Okay, so there's 3 steps actually build up advocates. This is Tendi, where your idea of how do you find loyal guests, right? Loyal guests are essentially advocates. They're people who would probably talk about you, probably return again. The question is, do we actually know how to identify these type of guests right now? Are there certain attributes that we see in knowing who's going to be an advocate in terms of a guest? So this is where I think a little bit of BI and a little bit of understanding and empathy come in. So it could be a BI answer. It could be anybody who's booked, let's say, 2 stays with us within the last year is an advocate. And we can reach out and approach them for advocacy situations, right? We're going to ask them when do they plan to travel to Bali again, or who would they actually potentially recommend Bukit Vista to if they were to make a trip to our area, right? Either in Jogja or in Bali. So this is actually a pretty crucial piece right now, everyone, that we don't really have in advocacy for the guest funnel. We don't have a system for identifying who is an advocate yet. So that, I guess that belongs in the advocacy chapter's business, but this is also, I think, where we brainstorm and come up with these particular ideas of how to actually find those guests that want to be loyal, that want to actually come back again.
Yep. So that is a point for the advocacy chapter, right, sir? Which is a very. It seems that the advocacy chapter is very close to the level 3 transformation here.
Oh,
In
oh
a
yeah,
sense,
because
it.
that's what happens immediately after transformation,
Yep.
right?
Correct. After transformation, like these are the advocates. Okay. So,
Uh,
maybe while we're at it as well, thank you very much for the update, Katendi. But from the advocacy chapter, do we have a representative already, sir, for the guest squad, or the
I think it's
also
Tendi
Katendi?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Vidi, you recommended Tendi join the
Yep.
advocacy chapter, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it's Tendi.
Okay, so it's I believe that the advocacy chapter has already their first meeting, and possibly because from my understanding, Katendi will complete the transformation chapter dependencies first before focusing on advocacy, right, Katendi?
Yes, Vidi. So I will redefine and make the system first on the transformation. It's when it's stable and then good. So I will transfer the knowledge to Mutia. So I will delegate to Mutia for the future, and then so I can focus
Okay.
on move to advocacy.
Can we get an estimation on when this can be completed, Katendi?
Uh, yeah, because during the process, I found I found a new things and new things to improve on the transformation
Okay.
during the process, and then I saw that still a lot of things need to improve. And currently, I can say it's about 90% VD for achieve the transformation. What's called dependencies. Yeah, maybe on the January. Maybe I hope can complete in the end of
Okay,
January.
so I'll take note of that, yeah, Katendi, yeah, for the set up for advocacy chapter after you're done with transmission on January. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Do you have any follow up on like what dependencies do you have for transformation chapter after you mentioned about the three step of advocacy, or that is just a initialization of the advocacy chapter in Guest Squad?
I guess my dependencies are this. I realized a lot of the roots of one chapter begin in the previous chapter.
Yep.
So let's say, actually, what I'm thinking is this, everyone. If somebody is transformed, they're likely to be an advocate, right? So
Yes,
that could
correct.
be that's probably the best soft indicator. So if we can see what okay, all right, here's what all comes together. Here's what all crystallizes together, right? So Lilith, we have that partner transformation matrix where we can visualize essentially the progression of our partners from from
Transactional to
transactional,
legacy.
right?
Transactional
So
relationship legacy.
yeah, so if we have the same now for guests, right, we can see that flow from meeting, let's say, expectations to meeting unrecognized needs. Then advocacy just collects those people who've reached the top of the pyramid,
Top of
and those
the
become the
pyramid.
advocates, right? That becomes essentially the input for advocacy.
Yep. Okay. So to respond to that, actually, the project that I mentioned this morning about Hanson's project, it will help
Mhm.
classify the wait. That's basically review, right? So
Yeah,
it
it's
should be taken from previous
review.
channel if the purpose is like that. Like um, previous funnel means the hosting, right? So
Yeah,
if
the transformation, right?
Yeah,
oh, sorry,
yeah,
sorry. If
that's correct.
advocates, do you mean review or do you mean like higher level of advocacy, like returning guests or what is that? Inviting others to stay here. Which advocacy do you
Right.
mean?
The question we're trying to ask is this, right? So how do we identify an advocate? So how do we
Advocates.
identify, let's say, somebody as a partner who would be an advocate? How do we
Yep.
identify somebody who is an employee advocate? And we're going with this particular idea right now. We're going with the idea of the person who's experienced the maximum transformation is most likely your best advocate. So a partner that's experienced legacy transformation would probably be the best partner advocate. An
Mm-hmm.
employee that's experienced calling transformation would be the best employee advocate. So a guest that's experienced the meeting unrecognized needs, that would probably be the best guest advocate. So in a way, if we're able to visualize the guest transformation flow from meeting desires to all the way up to meeting unrecognized needs, that then becomes the input for knowing
I see.
who
Advocacy
essentially
chapter.
is. Yes,
Yep. Yep.
yes, so
Yep.
Yeah.
that then identifies who the
Yeah.
advocate
So I
is.
believe the one in particular have been put into the dependency for the business intelligence
Yep.
chapter. This one,
That's
yeah.
correct.
So it's already
So
covered by this dependency, yeah.
the idea is classifying the review that they get, sir. So it will be classified into those three
Mhm.
levels. Therefore, you can take the list of that last stages to be like,
The
let's try
advocate.
to read.
Yep.
Yeah, the advocate, something like that.
Okay.
So then the plan is according to the needs of the users, and yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's have been covered. This I know this is already like a bit of overtime, but I would like to visit the product development chapter for a bit just to like a sample on the reports of the tools usage. But for dependencies and so on and so forth, we can do this outside of the Scrum. But maybe to over to Kabayo or Nadia, Kabayo for the tools report
Okay,
usage.
I can
Okay.
do this. Okay, so basically, for everyone, we are rethinking about the KPIs for product development, right? We are thinking about creating tools that you will eventually use. So we don't want to create a tool that nobody will use, right? So we are tracking this usage of the features that we recently created, like the guest persona. So that is your usage, actually. This is on the guest funnel. So the usage is very low. Not every day we use it, and not many of usage as well. So this is bring up the question why we create this feature in the first place if we are not going to use it actively, right? Are this tool not needed, not as needed, and this is misprioritized previously? It's actually low priority, but we prioritize it. Or is there any other issue that makes the HAR team not using this feature? Same goes with the other graph as well. We will revisit this graph every week and see if there's any changes in the usage. So for this one is the guest portal, right? We reactivate the guest portal since November, and we see that this is a simple page view. How many people that visiting the guest portal? This is guests that are visiting. So. the visit is okay, I guess, right? The number of booking that we receive every day and the number of check-in is, yeah, maybe around 15 to 20 guests. So that makes sense if we have that kind of visit every day. But it is still not stable. Sometimes we have around 20. Sometimes we have still one, right? So uh, is there any campaign or is there any workflow that monitors this, monitor the effectiveness of the usage of the guest portal for guests?
Yeah. I guess that would be a part of the transformation campaigns from Katendi. Yeah. One of the tool that can be used is the guest portal, right?
Yeah, guest portal and the other
Yes,
one
and also
actually, yeah,
the guest
the guest
persona.
persona as well. So
Yes.
that both actually goes to Tandy, yeah,
That transformation chapter, yes.
Okay, and this is actually an old feature, the service provider feature usage. So we're noticing that we have like usage reusing this feature, but I don't know who uses that actually. And I would like to hear more actually for the person that actually using this feature.
Yeah.
Is it a useful feature, and can we reactivate it? Can we give more effort to adopt this feature for now in the guest funnel, or what should we do with this feature? If it's helpful, then it would
Uh,
be,
and
yeah.
this one is to the reservation chapter, yeah, Gray, yeah, I think, for the extra service.
Grace not here.
Okay, Gray is not here. Yeah, but I believe this is usually dealt by the reservation team. Yes,
I
to
believe
Katendi
that's hosting team, no? Both of them there.
can be both, see.
Yeah, can be both. Get because it
Over to
might
Katendi.
be. Yeah, sure. I think.
Okay, thank you, VDN. Yeah, Mas Bayu. So, actually, we are doing the when we are making the guideline, yeah, Mas Bayu, yeah, for the transportation. Me and Mutia testing the flow for make the
Oh,
guideline.
testing
That's
flow.
why we are open the service, and then we plan to activate that again, Mas Bayu. Actually, because we put it in the guideline, so we are. Ready to reactivate that actually. But it's somehow that like you said before, if I'm not wrong, if the provider not choosing the area that they choose, it won't be shown ya in the service gitu. Misalnya kayak Jogja,
Oke, ya,
there is
yang mana tadi dibahas juga Kak Tani,
gitu.
Kak Bayu.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good, Andy. It's okay as long as you have the plan. We can work out the how to make that available. Let's say we can work with BD to get more driver in more area, and that could be done as well. Or you can try to do that. So, Tandy, can you please include Nadia on the discussion about this guideline and the usage of this feature? So, if there's any missing feature that you need, we can add that.
Yes. Oke, Mas Bayu. Oh ya, the question is the availability aja sih mungkin yang perlu dicek gitu. Soalnya ya previously we use Tokip kalau nggak salah dulu untuk availability for the driver, but untuk best practice itu because on Bigger we just can choose right, but we don't know when the driver is available for taking pickup like that. Kayak nggak ada dead time
Oke.
yang kalau udah keblok
Mungkin
gitu kayak gitu.
ya, itu mungkin tapi bagus kalau misalnya udah tahu. At least we know what is the issue with the tool itself. But the point is, for our development, we will continue to monitor the existing tool and reconfirm the usage with each of the particular chapter, either conversion or transformation in this case. And this will be monitored by weekly. And Nadia will be the product owner for this one. Yeah. Okay. Since we're already over time, 10 minutes, apologies to everyone.